like I should have just stayed in bed today. Phew. 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 Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today. Phew. Surely I should be due a growth spurt by now. Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today. Phew. me I should be due a growth spurt by now. Phew. Phew. Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today. Phew. 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 Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today. Phew. Seems like I should have just stayed in bed today.
I was so close to actually being on time today. Testing, testing. Can you hear your beautiful voice? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Can you hear your beautiful voice? Testing, testing. Come on, stream. You only have to function for a bit. Please. Come on, phone. I believe in you. I was so close to actually being on time. Okay, I'm audible. What's up, Twitch? It's your Lord and Savior, King D353. I've never streamed of Let's Play Genshin Impact. In the last stream, we did day 1 of the Mikawa Festival, in which we got to play lots of fun games. And if you doubt that I loved those fucking games, I loved those fucking games. I completed them in their entirety. They were great. They were fun. And if you're wondering what the best is, in my opinion at least, best is Toma's, second best is Sayu's, and third best is this bitch who... Clearly the game wanted us to like her game the most, because she's like front and center, she's the biggest, she looks all magnificent, but like, her game was okay at best. But anyway, we completed the games, we had a fun day, but then a mystery purple shadow warrior of death appeared and tried to kill us. Honestly, Sayu, I wanted to hide too. So, things might be going to shit, so, let's see what happens. If you're wondering why I chose to be up here, I figured this was a cool place to have Sayu perched for our intro. What to do for the warm-up? You know what? Fuck it, I'm just not gonna do a warm-up. Let's just go. You know, I thought it would be cool to glide the location from up high in that building, but I forgot how fucking slow the gliding is. No, I'm falling to my doom. Okay, now I can glide the rest of the way there. Thank you, Electrograna. I should really get around to actually getting the rest of the, Electoculi? How the fuck is that pronounced, actually? One sec. Electroculus. Which I guess would become Electroculi when talking about them in plurals. Oh, and I chose a Raiden Shogun team because I figured this part of the quest was when shit was gonna start getting serious, so it made sense to have a serious person as the frontline member. But we still have a little bit of silly with Sayu, because I love Sayu.
Doesn't look like Miko is around here anywhere. Paimon doesn't see Ayato or Ayaka either.
Alright, the stream on my phone hasn't changed at all. I'm just gonna double check I don't have the stream starting soon screen still on. Okay, I don't have it on. Just wanted to make sure. I know someone's gonna say, wait, if you had it on, wouldn't your chat tell you? Well, not at the moment.
Are we too early? Didn't Ayato say he prepared lodging for everyone at the shrine?
Did you hear? Someone encountered a doppelganger here last night.
What?
A doppelganger?
Oh, right, the dude.
Like a doppelganger of themselves? Or someone they know?
Someone they
You know
know.
what they say? Anyone who sees their doppelganger will be replaced by them within 3 days.
That's just a folktale. It's not real.
Doppelgangers? That's a common folk tale in Inazuma, isn't it? Ever heard of it, Traveler?
I know the gist.
Yeah, it's a pretty famous one, huh? A friend being replaced by a complete stranger?
Why do you have to explain it anyway, then?
Also, the timing is a bit too coincidental, don't you think? Could it be related to what we saw last night?
I mean, what I saw. You didn't see shit.
The whole doppelganger thing sounds kind of like what Sayu was talking about with Bunshin Phantasm. Maybe something went wrong with Kichiboshi's powers? Well, thinking about it isn't going to get us anywhere. Why don't we go check on Sayu's team? Huh? They're not here yet.
Maybe they're still asleep?
Well, if it is Sayu we're talking about, it's definitely possible. Oh, someone's coming. Weird. Is he here to work on the equipment? But he doesn't look like any of the workers we saw yesterday. And it doesn't seem like he's here for the games. He snuck away again. Do you think he might be...
Let's follow him and see what he does. Alright, they're gonna take the whole work part out of it from me, which I'm fine with, quite frankly.
He's constantly looking back. Paimon's calling it now. Something fishy is going on.
We're getting attacked outside the cutscene, aren't we? Don't judge the conclusions, let's keep watching.
Good point. He could be on his way to meet
Sayu's going to
Let
die.
the hunter become the hunted.
How much damage did Sayu take just now?
Reporting back, ma'am.
Oh, the Traveler
Nothing
took the
suspicious
damage,
to
not
note at the
Sayu.
Bunshin Phantasm booth. It's possible there's no connection to the incident from last night.
Wait, why did Traveler take the damage? I had Sayu out when I started the cutscene. Does it automatically switch me to the Traveler during these cutscenes? What happens if the Traveler isn't in my team? Is the Traveler just... Would the Traveler just be dead without even being on the team if I didn't have him in my party? Also, I'm surprised glitches like this still exist in Genshin. I thought this stuff got patched out in, like, part 1. I'm surprised that shit still happens. I can't tell who that is. I'm leaning towards Sarah, but I don't think that's right either. I see. Did you find any other clues?
Sarah?
Oh, it was Sarah. Ah, good morning, you two.
Hey, Zoe! What's going on here?
I was wondering who was daring enough to sneak up on one of our detectives. May I should have expected it to be you. I guess that makes us the hunted. So the tenure commission's on the case? Dwayne, Paimon.
Forgive me, ma'am. I have failed as a detective. I did not realize someone was on my tail.
Considering Dwayne's skill, the fault is not with you.
So, what's going on? What are you investigating? Must be serious if Heizo's involved.
Well, about that. Unfortunately, my orders prevent me from sharing that information with you.
Huh? What orders? You really can't tell us anything?
If Sarah and Heizo are so hesitant to divulge such information, there's only one person who could be responsible. Those orders come from the Shogun, don't they?
An astute observation, Traveler. Tell him the truth.
Shogun!
What? The Shogun is here?
No, I believe that's A. Honestly, I wasn't sure fully. On one hand, it sounded more emotive than the Shogun, but at the same time, I don't think A's voice ever gets as low as the Shogun's like it was just now. Maybe I was just dumb for not picking up on the fact that, of course, her voice can get as low as the Shogun. The Shogun is fucking her. Fucking her as in the Shogun is her, not as in her and the Shogun are having sex. Although, knowing us, there's probably hentai of that somewhere.
You recognized me with a single glance?
I recognize you don't sound like a goddamn robot. Shogun, we still haven't completed the investigation. Also, okay, you know what? No, she would obviously call her by her title only. It's probably just that Sara doesn't care if it's her or the puppet.
It matters not. I am certain the person standing before us is our friend, the Traveler. His gaze, his presence, his mastery of several types of elemental energy. There is no mistake. And we need his help.
Understood. An investigation team was sent to survey a piece of land yesterday. The Tenry Commission received a report that the team was found unconscious in the field. Not only that, but the group appeared to have been trapped in an endless nightmare, unable to wake up.
No, please! Stay away!
We detected intermittent traces of yokai power where they were found. We followed the traces and ended up here, it's outside the festival grounds. Should we call off the festival? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. You've heard the rumors about doppelgangers, yes? We suspect the Cobra has the ability to change form, allowing them to spread misinformation at will. They may have already infiltrated the festival grounds. If we call off the festival, we may give them a chance to escape amid the chaos. Even the slightest movement could alert them. Locking down the festival grounds would provoke them to attack, which would endanger the public.
You're right. That's a big risk.
The purpose of this festival is to bring humans and yokai together. We cannot allow the culprit to endanger anyone.
But what if they attack again? A very valid concern. Last night we dispatched a group of soldiers to the festival grounds. They'll remain undercover to keep an eye on things. We also blocked off several nearby roads under the pretense of construction, so we can keep civilians away as much as possible. Even the almighty Shogun has taken it upon herself to patrol the area at night.
Fortunately, no one else has been harmed.
Thank you.
Ah, so the thunder we heard was you!
I apologize for our failing, Shogun. You should not have had to intervene.
On the contrary, it was my decision. I was unable to capture the culprit last night, so I left to discuss a plan with Miko. I did not show myself once I saw you were safe, and for that, I apologize.
You're good, sweetie.
Speaking of Miko, where is she?
She is investigating the trace of yokai power found at the scene. Though it fades in and out, it never strays from Mount Yogo.
Which means, the culprit entered the festival grounds. They must still be nearby. The only people close to the grounds last night were the staff and the contestants staying at the shrine.
Miko is working with the Kamisato siblings to verify the identities of the staff members. They should be done soon. As for the contestants, that inquiry must be performed by someone else.
Is that why you need my help?
The Tenryo Commission is too conspicuous. But as the judge of the competition, you can ask questions without arousing suspicion.
Okay, so you need us to talk to the teams and see if there's an imposter among us?
Precisely. Traveler, I understand these people are your friends, and it puts you in a difficult position.
It's fine, I'll do it.
If one of them has indeed been displaced by a yokai, they could be in grave danger.
I understand, I'll do it.
Thank you. I truly hope the situation is not as grave as it seems.
What are you guys gonna do next? Continue to investigate from a distance?
That wasn't a boredom yawn. That was a I am permanently eepy yawn. Well, there's only so much we can learn that way, so I think we might need to find a way to slip onto the grounds. It's better for us to be at the scene if something goes wrong. I fear the Shogun far too I fear the Shogun is far too revealed. I can read, I swear! I fear the Shogun is too revered a figure for that. If she arrives at the grounds, it will certainly cause a stir.
Worry not. Miko and I discussed that issue. She claims to have a plan. The preparations are underway as we speak.
Raiden costume?
One of her genius plans, huh?
Nah, they would have totally told us that there was a costume for Raiden. Somehow scheme seems more appropriate.
Indeed. If you learn any details of said plan, I would like to know what I'm getting myself into.
As though beholding illusions. I chose to make an A-team because I thought we would be dealing with combat. But if it's finding illusions, and I want the team to be surrounded around Sayu, actually. Because Sayu as a ninja is more likely to do investigations. So who do I want to be well, Sayu doesn't really need a healer, but we'll make Sayu's a sister Kuki.
Don't tell me they did it again.
I really wish all her lines weren't just shitting on her fucking group.
Can I go catch up on my sleep?
No, we need you for an investigation. Alright, Sayu, this is your team now. It'll become Raiden's team next video.
We ask questions to figure out if there's an imposter, but we can't arouse suspicion. Oh, looks like Sayu's team is already here. Well, guess we'll just play it by ear.
You know what, Paimon? You're right. Talking to Sayu with Sayu might be too suspicious. We'll talk to her with the Traveler. Right after I healed the Traveler, because I was very much murdered. Wait, no, I should not be healing you. You're a character I don't want to be healed. Ladies.
So tired. I don't feel rested at all. How come you two have so much energy? Didn't you stay up even later than me?
Kichiboshi! That's not a nice thing to say to a friend. Sayu's probably just tired because she came with all the ideas yesterday. Need a break, Sayu? I can start thinking about the ending stages in the meantime. It's been forever since we've done something fun together. You need to have enough energy to enjoy it.
Oh, it's okay. I can push through.
That is suspicious!
Sayu and Yoimiya seem the same as ever. Kichibushi too. How should we test them?
I don't know, man. Sayu saying no to a nap is extremely suspicious. Let's ask about the past.
Oh, good idea! Doppelgangers only mimic appearances. They wouldn't know about someone's past. Let's give it a try. White fur, yellow fur.
Whoa, you guys are here bright and early.
Yeah, well, the Traveler's judging this thing, so we can't slack off, right?
Still, you don't need to make anything. So what's the rush?
Yeah. If the people in charge are here early, that usually means there's been some kind of emergency.
I'm not gonna say her figuring that out is suspicious, because she's a ninja. She's supposed to be able to figure out basic shit like this.
Oh, no, it's just... The Traveler really wanted to see you.
This is true. You are my wife number 1 and wife number 3. Seriously, Paimon? Oh, why? Wanna go out for dinner?
Well, it's... your game. Playing your game yesterday brought up a whole bunch of old memories. So we wanted to come early to reminisce about old times. You know, because you might be busy later and stuff.
Paimon, you're a horrible liar. What kind of excuse is that? They're busy now!
White fur acting super strange.
Wait, was his leaf always orange? You wouldn't know about the Aranara. I was thinking about a certain ambush order.
Huh? Why are you bringing that up all of a sudden?
All the Baki Danuki transformations remind me of the time you failed that ninjutsu technique.
Well, that was my bad. I tried to turn into a barrel, but my tail was sticking out. So you found me immediately.
Was that it? I thought there was a leaf on the barrel.
But this time, I'm not in charge of turning into things anymore, so it should be fine. I think.
Wait!
You're a dick! Kichiboshi, what did I say about talking that way? Anyway, you seem to have a good grasp on transformation yesterday, saw you. What's the story here? It all started with a certain mysterious order.
That one shouldn't be on me. I didn't realize I was tricked until later. Did all that work and didn't even get to nap. I really shouldn't have taken that order.
Wait, now I think about it, what were we talking to her about if we didn't do her hangout event? This is stuff from Sayu's hangout event. If we didn't hang out with her, what would happen? Still, we had some fun times together, right?
Based on what happened, I guess you could say that.
Whoa, I've never seen this look on Sayu's face. What the heck happened back then?
Mujina is all red.
No, I'm not. And I'm not a Mujina.
Aren't you the one that keeps telling people you're a Muchina whenever they call you a Tanuki? After that, you share many more memories together. Oh shoot, where'd the time go? We have so many levels to design today.
Oh, we should get out of your hair then. Good luck, everyone.
Bye, Wafer. Bye, Yellowfur. Come back and play.
Will do. So Sayu's in the clear. Although my memory's shit, because I thought it was a fucking leaf that gave her away.
Wow, we've had
Maybe I'm the one replaced by a doppelganger.
I don't realize it until someone brings up the past.
Do you still remember the original meaning of our journey?
Oh yeah, totally. It was, what was it again?
I figured.
Anyway, Paimon didn't pick up on anything suspicious from that team. If anything, we were the weird ones forcing conversations and stuff.
And whose fault was that?
Okay, so maybe it wasn't the best strategy. Leaning into the judge angle is probably a safer bet. Let's ask about the creative process behind the game and confirm their identities that way. Paimon saw Toma's team show up just now, so we can investigate them next. Hey Toma, we were hoping to learn a bit more about the philosophy behind your game. Is now a good time?
Looks like our judges are here at work this morning.
Feel a soft bee?
Oh, Boss can explain that one.
Boss and Shosei were up super late last night coming up with ideas.
And he's back at it this morning, as energetic as ever. Boss is the best.
Oh, I don't deserve that much praise, but when it comes to talking part, I guess I am the best person to answer your questions.
Time for an interview. Into you?
Ask away, judges. Did you design this game with anyone in mind? Well, from a design standpoint, we want it to be a game for everyone.
Not so fast. Everyone isn't an answer. You need to be more specific about your target audience.
Why are you wearing the detective I hate you. You're absolutely right, and allow me to revise my answer. Our target audience includes growing children ages 0 to 18.
Makes sense. Kids need a little exercise here and there.
Second would be active adults, ages 18 to 40.
Right. Adults have more stamina, so they can get more out of the game.
Next would be the older adults, aged 40 to 60, specifically those in need of exercise. He's gonna go for all the age groups!
Older adults. Exercise is important Something feels off about this.
Next is ages 60 to 80. Finally, we have elderly people who are still full of life. That would be 60 to 1,000 each range.
Ah, okay. Wait. That includes everyone!
He really is good at talking through shit. That really is Toma. Well, we can't forget about the yokai, right? This game's for humans and yokai alike, after all.
But not for Ioroi.
Because he's trapped in the statue, I'm guessing? Besides, you seem to agree with each group, Paimon. Unless you intend to change your tune?
Next question!
You continue asking questions, and Toma answers faithfully. So there you have it. I hope that answered your questions, judges.
Whoa, not a single stumper.
Impressive. Never underestimate a helpkeeper. Well, I'm sure the interview is only part of the evaluation process. We'll see what you think when you play the game yourself. Which reminds me, I should probably get back to work on this stage. Want to give it a try when we're done? It would be my pleasure. In that case, let's get to it.
Yes, Boss Toma.
Well, Toma's answers were all very genuine. Paimon didn't notice anything un-Toma-like about them. Plus, he was with Shosei until late last night. If you think about when we saw the nightmare creature, the timing doesn't match up. Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird. So, we're back at square one. That just leaves Kokomi's team, right? Guess we should check them out.
I can't imagine either of those two getting kidnapped. Kokomi's too smart. Well, I guess smart doesn't equal a good fighter. I'm sorry, where the fuck is Kokomi's team?
Huh? White fur and yellow fur are here early.
You're here alone? Huh. Where are Kokomi and the others?
Don't know about Great Yokai, but Soul Lady is behind you.
Soul Lady? Oh, as in Soul of the Deep. Okay. Wait, did you say behind us?
How? You have questions for me, I presume?
Kokomi! A little warning next time.
Sounds like you already know why we're here. Yes, I heard about the doppelganger incident. When I saw you on the venue just now, it wasn't hard to connect the dots. As for what you want to know... Energy.
Energy? Oh, the numbers you write in your diary.
Shut up, Paimon.
Tree? Dry berry?
I loved how they struggled to learn any human concept. Ahem.
Oh, sorry.
So, we can leave it right there, right? You don't need to know any more questions, I would imagine. Yep, all good. As for Gyobu Koban, he was in the shrine all night. I can't imagine he's a criminal you're searching for.
Yobu Koban is a criminal?
No, of course not. You're in the clear.
In the clear. Is good?
Very good.
Good.
What about Mizuki? Where did she go?
She left after receiving a message in the middle of the night. Looking back on it, perhaps related to your own investigation. As she left, I heard her whisper under her breath, ordering me around in the middle of the night. Who does she think she is, Miko? She probably needed an expert in nightmares to help formulate a strategy. Well, I guess that confirms Mizuki's identity.
Something tells me a certain someone is missing me.
Never.
Huh? Miko and Mizuki.
Hello, traveler. Paimon.
Did you finish up your walk or work? I think that's work.
Yes, I left the rest to the young fellow from the Kamisato clan. At least for now, there's nothing suspicious to note.
That means the culprit didn't manage to sneak in. That's a relief.
Just like that, you let down your guard? And all it took was for me to wear her face.
The culprit? It's you!
If you keep joking like this, I want 30% of the profit.
Oh, greedy little thing. I thought we agreed on 20.
Making a joke like that. You're the one in Zima that would do that.
Oh, it's getting harder and harder to tease you, traveler.
Can you stop with the teasing then? Even I'm reaching my limit.
500 years and you're still not used to it? Sounds like you need more practice.
Sounds like you need to realize you have an insufferable personality.
At least spare me for the day. I can't take the mental torment right now. I'm running on fumes.
So what did you do last night?
Investigated the shogunate officials' nightmares, analyzed the traces of yokai power around Mount Yogo. Oh, and worked on some new game stages, of course.
You did the game stages or all this shit?
Well, I didn't want someone to ruin the Mikawa Flower Festival. But I also wanted to do my best for my part of the festival.
I respect the fuck out of you.
Besides, I've talked to many patients who worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet. Compared to that, complaining about one night of hard work is a little unreasonable, don't you think?
I wish I had half your work ethic. I'm still slacking on my schoolwork and I'm in my senior year. I need to finish shit. Even so, I think you should take a break. Miss Mizuki, Kyobu, Kohan, and I can handle the game development in the meantime. I learned a lot yesterday. I'm sure I can handle a few design elements while you get some rest. We can't have our lead developer out of commission. I'm not confident I can bring our vision to fruition on my own.
You're very persuasive, Kokomi. It would seem you also have a talent for clinical psychology. I'll leave it to you two then.
Sweet dreams.
Mizuki goes to rest, a little unsteady on her feet. Hey look, it's the decorations I'm pretty sure for Kids'
About the
Day.
festival, huh? She's putting so much pressure on herself.
Perhaps she's reminded of the festivals of the past when I was just a kid, and Mizuki a young Baku. We would rush past the other yokai, desperate to get the first piece of fried tofu from the ramen stand. It would seem she hasn't forgotten, even after 500 years.
Sounds like you haven't forgotten either.
You know, there's something to be said for knowing when to keep your mouth shut, little one.
No.
Well, enough about the past. We must focus on the matter at hand.
But you didn't notice anything suspicious, right? That should mean the culprit didn't sneak in.
That's one possibility. The other is that the culprit's transformation is even more convincing than we imagined. In that case, we need a detective with a more professional skill set. Or we need to find a way to provoke them and get their facade to crack.
But that sounds dangerous.
If the culprit is deep in disguise, a slight provocation won't completely expose them. What we need is to create reasonable doubt. Make the culprit question whether their cover is blown. As they hesitate over whether to make some kind of last stand. That is our chance.
So how do you plan on provoking them?
Oh, A didn't tell you? Allow me to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Mikawa Flower Festival, it is my honor to announce an esteemed guest from Tenshukaku has agreed to take part in this year's festival. Please welcome Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder.
I'm sorry, A has to make a fucking game? It's the Shogun! The almighty Shogun is here in person?
So this was your plan, Miko?
Well, Not bad, right?
She honestly sounded like the Shogun for a second there.
Wow, that was quite the entrance. Paimon can't believe she agreed to that.
Oh fuck, words! I got through the event today. It was pretty interesting. Ah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Pika-Twig. I don't know how long that message was there, so I apologize if you felt like I ignored you. Bad vision and all, it's hard to see when people talk in chat. For anyone who might not be aware, when I stream, my phone is how I look at chat, and my phone is off to the side of my table. So I have to constantly look down at it to see if anyone said anything. And with my bad vision, it's hard to tell when someone said something. Hell, even when I can see people say something, I can't tell if it's something new or something old. Because half the time I'll look at an old statement and go, oh, a new message! Oh, never mind, it was the same shit. So, yeah, sometimes I fuck up. Sorry if it seems like I was ignoring you. The almighty Shogun's presence is bound to cause a stir. Instead of struggling to maintain a low profile, it's better for her to step into the open. And it seems a detective can slip into the venue alongside the retinue without turning any heads at all. In the presence of the Shogun, not even the most cunning of criminals can let down their guard. Their every move needs to be faultless. There's at least 2 points where the traveler should say things, and I just have to look at it in silence. This man punned at me. The more you focus on getting one thing right, the easier it is for the rest to become cracks in the glass. That's what Miko wants us to take advantage of. And she's using the almighty Shogun as bait. The Lady Guji's as staring as ever.
Why didn't you clue us in earlier? We wasted all that time asking pointless questions.
Your intel was very useful, actually. We don't know how things will unfold, but I have a feeling the truth will be revealed soon. In the meantime, stick with the Shogun, Dwayne. We need everyone focused on her. I'll do my best. Alright, under my command, the Tenryou Commission... That was Sarah. Okay, under my command, the Tenryou Commission will remain on high alert. If anything goes wrong, report back to me at once. I don't know why I bother trying to put on the different voices. I know damn well I don't sound any different using them. I mean, from my perspective, I sound different, but from the outside perspective, I probably sound the same. After that, we surveyed each stall, just like yesterday. A's presence definitely caused a stir, but it didn't take long for the festival's atmosphere to return. Maybe a day will come when A can leave the Tenshikaku, and it won't be so out of the ordinary. Maybe if she stopped being a goddamn NEET, it would! Hey, she learned how to work a camera. I'm so proud of her.
Another day of hard work. Where did the time...
Yo, why even have the line if one step forward cuts it off?
Almighty Shogun, glory to your everlasting reign. Welcome, welcome.
That mustache looks painted on.
This stall looks familiar, yet it would seem the ownership has changed hands.
Ah, you must be thinking of Tomoki. He wasn't feeling well today, so I'm filling in.
Suspicious.
I see. Yet, you remind me of someone. A Doshin from the Tenryou Commission.
Oh?
What are you looking at, eh?
The food offerings. Although this vendor seems...
suspicious. The vendor is giving me a pleading look. Judging by his cooking skills, seems like his first day on the job. He's working.
Working? Ah, I see. I appreciate your dedication, sir.
Well, of course. It's an honor to serve such esteemed guests.
No need for formalities. I'll take 3 orders of dango milk.
Right away.
3 orders? So Paimon gets one too?
Yes, I wanted to thank you for accompanying me. Without you by my side, I imagine the people here would be on edge even now.
I wonder, did we ever get a recipe for Dongo milk? I feel like that's certainly something we should be able to make.
I have my reasons for being here, of course, but I would hate to tarnish the festive atmosphere.
This festival is for everyone, including you.
Indeed. The Mikawa Flower Festival. Hundreds of years have passed since I last partook of the festivities. Much is different this time. The people, the place, the games.
I know this is a dumb thought, but what does A count as? This is supposed to be a festival for humans and yokai. Is A considered a yokai? Speaking of which, Archon isn't a species, it's a title. What is A's species? We know Venti's a sprite. We can assume that Zhongli's an Adeptus. Nahida is a branch of Irminsul. And Moravika is a human. So what are Focalors and A? If anybody knows what Focalors and A are, they get a cookie.
Yet, the name endures, and the joy of celebration along with it. I suppose that, in itself, is a form of eternity.
Until proven otherwise, I'm going to assume that A is a human. Well, I mean, technically she's a puppet/robot, but I'm going to assume her original species was human.
Traveler, Paimon. And the almighty Shogun?
Oh, Mizuki! Looks like you got some much-needed rest.
Yume Mizuki. Thank you for your aid earlier.
Of course. I'm always willing to help. It's my duty. I wish I could have dispelled the nightmares, but this situation is uncharted territory for me.
Another dumb thought just crossed my mind. During the Vision Hunt decree, was Yumi Mizuki's taken away? On another note, I highly doubt this, but, I forgot the bitch's name. I know I hate her, but I should not be forgetting her name. Yai Miko, that's what it was. Was Yai Miko's taken away? Or was she just exempt from the decree? I mean, I guess it would be... No, it wouldn't be unfair about she was exempt from the decree, because... Wait, was Ayaka exempt from the decree? Now I think about it. I know Yoimiya wasn't exempt, because she had to hide and be resistancy and shit. Well, were officials in the army exempt from the decree? Is that why Ayaka's was never taken? Okay, I'm going off on a tangent of thought now. I'm sorry. Ignore me.
Even so, relieving the pain of the nightmares is no small feat. You honor the legacy of the Yumekui Baku.
Also, for the sake of letting people know I'm not a complete dumbass, yes, I did just realize that, of course, the army was exempt, because Kujo Sara was blatantly using her vision to take away other people's visions. I'm not a complete idiot, I'm only partially an idiot.
So not even Mizuki could fix it? What's going on with this nightmare creature?
No, officials had to fork theirs over. Heizo lost his, and Sara would have handed hers over when the Shogun asked. Oh. Okay, so how the hell wasn't Ayaka's taken? Even if she were to go into hiding, they know exactly where she is. She is always in the Tenryo Commission. Ayaka losing her should have been absurdly easy. Or did they just think Ayaka was on their side? Oh, actually, no. That's probably it. I remember now. Ayaka couldn't save Toma because she didn't want to be known as a traitor to the Shogun, so she probably didn't lose hers because the Shogun thought she was on her side, and probably would have lost hers around the time that Sara lost hers.
Let's save the difficult questions for later. actually, I came here to ask you something.
What's up?
Want to come to the Isa bathhouse with me? Most of the contestants will be there. Oh, and don't worry about payment. It's my treat.
Everybody who got pissed about the pictures of the Traveler bathing with women, close your eyes now. We're about to get this thing called fan service.
Really? Yes, let's go!
Actually, is it even gonna be fan service? We're gonna be looking at 3D models that don't have any biddies on them. It's gonna be the lamest fan service ever. You want us to go in the hot springs now?
Well, game development isn't easy. Most of the contestants are exhausted and could use a break.
I wonder how many fucking game designers wish they could take a bath every time they design a game for 2 days.
You've been under a lot of pressure yourselves with the investigation and all, so I thought you might like to join.
Of course we would! Right, Traveler?
I will remain here.
Paimon just wants the snacks.
I rarely have time away from Tenshukaku, and I would like to continue perusing the stalls.
But I want to see you naked. I mean, I want you to enjoy the water with... Actually... Okay, another thought, because I can't stop asking dumb questions. Could Ryan A even feel the water? Better question, how does she have taste buds? She's a puppet, right? And the fact that the puppets don't breathe means they don't have the functions of humans. So how could she enjoy things like the taste of dongos and dongo milk? How much can she feel? How much human uses does she have? Of course, because I'm a horny bastard, one of the human uses that came to mind is does her reproductive system work? But that's a genuine question. How much in common with a human does she have left? Even Pikachu is like, damn, that's a good question. Someone much nerdier than me needs to, like, do an entire video, like, deeply researching how much humanity is left in that puppet.
Aw, that's too bad.
We can assume her level of humanity is similar to the Wanderer's. Not the exact same, because the Wanderer was a failure, but we can at least use the Wanderer as a base in helping figuring out how much humanity they hold and how much functionality they hold. I mean, considering A was pretty much intending to keep herself stuffed up in the plane for all time, I would doubt the Shogun would have those parts. Alright, so we can assume. We don't know for sure, but we can assume the Shogun does not have reproductive organs. So I'm sorry, Hentai. Everything you've written down is a lie. Oh, I have a choice. I can stay with A or I can go to the bathhouse. Then I'm not going either.
Ah, I almost forgot. Miko wanted to talk to you, Traveler. I'll take you to her first.
The illusion of choice.
Oh? Well, why don't we all go?
Almighty Shogun, your dongo milk is ready.
Oh, delicious.
No need, Shogun. Miko just had some quick things to go over with the judges, that's all. You and Paimon can wait here. We'll only be a minute.
We're getting separated from Paimon? Suspicious. Be right back. You gonna beat my ass?
Alright, now we can talk freely.
What's up? Miko doesn't need to see me, does she? You need to talk to me privately. Why?
I think something's off with the Shogun. You've been with her the whole day. Have you noticed anything?
Something off? No.
Up close, sometimes it's hard to see the whole picture. I think something is troubling her.
Something did seem off with A today. Maybe she's not used to leaving Tenshukaku? Or was it the restrict reaction of the crowd? Wait a second! I just realized I saw a hint, but I never acted on it. I made a quip about her learning how to use a camera, but she wouldn't remember that. She only did it once. There's no way she would remember the act. Actually, no, she didn't even take the picture. I took the damn picture. Her taking the picture of me and Paimon should have been a hint that something was up. No, I can't be that she's the doppelganger. That's not possible. I'm overthinking things. I'm grasping at straws trying to be smart. Ignore me. No, we've been through so much. Something as trivial wouldn't shake her. She must be keeping something to herself.
I've witnessed a lot of cases where patients, for a variety of reasons, are unwilling or unable to seek help. Unfortunately, that only exacerbates the problem. Until their emotions become so heavy, even the strongest of people collapse under the weight. I see those warning signs in the Shogun.
So even the Archons aren't immune to emotional strain?
Humans, yokai, and archons bear the same capacity for emotion, and are naturally susceptible to the same mental turmoil. It's very possible that someone who appears strong on the outside has learned to compartmentalize their negative emotions, and that is far from healthy.
I understand.
Anyway, the quickest route to curing the mind is through the heart. That's where you come in, Traveler.
As a clinical psychologist, isn't that where you come in?
Approaching someone in a professional capacity often makes them more guarded. But don't worry, you'll still have my help. Here, with these 2 special coupons, you can get into Isa Bathhouse after closing. Then, this is what you're gonna do.
You're gonna fuck. No, I'm gonna stop being horny. That's a lie. I will never stop being horny. Bitch! You stole my Dongo milk? We're throwing hands, Paimon. Put him up.
Sorry for the wait. It sounds like the Traveler has other plans, Paimon. So we'll head to the bathhouse on our own.
Huh? You're not coming?
I'll explain later. Just have fun.
Okay. Paimon will bring you back a hot spring egg.
It's kind of weird that Paimon's cool with this. Did she have, like, fucking conniption the last time we were separated? I thought Paimon had that whole, I wanted to reference the characters from No Game, No Life, but I only know Shiro's name. I don't remember the other one's name. I thought we had the condition that the twins had, where if I ever separate from Paimon, Paimon freaks out. I guess not. I guess Paimon's just fine separating from us now. Okay.
There is no need to stay behind on my behalf. If you leave now, I'm sure you can catch up.
Something tells me you chose to stay behind on our behalf.
What makes you say that?
You want everyone to relax. You don't want people on edge because of you.
If my presence makes them nervous or impedes their ability to relax, does that not defeat the purpose of going to the hot springs? I already disturbed their progress by coming to the festival. The last thing everyone needs is more distractions.
But aren't you under pressure too?
As you know, this body is hardly that fragile. It can operate for another 100 years with no issue.
You didn't deny it. Wait, only 100?
Mortals are weak in body and mind. If there is a choice of who to bear such a burden, naturally, that person should be me.
I wish you had this mindset when you may put people for the burden of having to deal with your fucking decree. Anyway... Yeah. The Shogun's body will break down in 100 years. Interesting. I wonder what you'll do when that happens. What if you didn't have to worry about bothering anyone? Would you go to hot springs then?
What does it matter? The world is not so easily bent to one's will.
Well, 1, it is, you're fucking god. But 2, I'll take that as a yes. I have a pair of special coupons here. And get into the bathhouse after closing.
What clever verbal tricks, Traveler. It appears you've been spending too much time with Miko.
It's an honest offer.
You think you can get away with manipulating the Shogun? I wouldn't be so sure.
You'll go, won't you?
Persistent indeed. Very well. As you proposed, we shall set out at midnight.
Woot, date with the Shogun. It's too bad I figured out that her reproductive organs don't work. This would have been a great time to use them. I mean, this would be a great time to bond with the Shogun and do absolutely nothing immoral. Nothing at all. Like I said, I will never stop being horny. Wait, what the fuck? Glory to the creation of food, am I right? Come on, try some milk. Tea Melody, Colorful Dongo, and everyone's beloved, Dongo milk? Right, that, yeah, thank you for the reminder. Goodness, memorizing such uncommon foods is so tiring. Oh my god, you're the doppelganger. No way in hell do you forget your most popular goddamn drink! You're the doppelganger! About Aether being in the hot springs with A and the others. Gender separation in bathhouses only started a thing in Japan around the 19th century, after Japan became more open to foreign influence. Interesting. I always assumed it was always a thing that there was men's baths, women's baths, and co-baths. I didn't know the separation was recent. Between 21 and 24. So between 9 and 12. We head out... Wait, what? Oh, I was just close to 9, but not quite there. We head out at midnight. Heads out at 9 instead.
Well, shall we head out?
It's 3 hours before you said we'd head out, but sure.
Alright, no reason to delay.
Dude, I would be pissed if someone was like, "Hey, Dwayne, you ready to head out?" Fucker, it's 3 hours until the time we decide on. What do you want about? I really do wish that Twitch would stop closing on me. Alright, so we now know picture 1 that we saw was the people bathing before me and A got there.
Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water that turns the complexion a blushing pink. So, this is a hot spring.
So you... Wait, hold up. Let's look at the description again. Steam replete with the scent of orchids. Water turns the complexion a blushing pink. Alright, so she has scent. This doesn't confirm that she has feeling. Because she doesn't mention that the water's hot. She mentions that it turns the skin pink. She could see that on us, or if her synthetic skin is realistic enough, that's something she could visually see on her skin. So we can assume that A doesn't have the sense of touch, but she does have the sense of smell. We're learning a bit more about A's body right now. Also, the scene uses the in-game models. The lighting is to tell the in-game models were used. So, costumes we're probably never getting. Let's be honest, we don't need fucking bath towel costumes. We do not need that. Is it your first time here?
Yes, there are royal hot springs near Tenshukaku. But the plans were set in motion only after Hiragi Hiroshi introduced the Snezhnayan blast furnace to Inazuma, and that was 500 years ago. When the project was complete, I was already in the plain of Euthymia. And, naturally, the body of the shogun has no need for such luxuries.
Hiragi Hiroshi.
The members of the Kanjo Commission were once friends with Makoto and the Kitsune Saigu. Although mere mortals, those who managed to survive back then were special individuals indeed.
What happened back then? Does that have anything to do with what's happening right now?
What makes you say that?
I'll answer that as soon as I read what Pikachu said. I'm not complaining, but it's something I noticed that I thought was interesting. Fair enough. The look on your face.
Now I see why my officials claim that the hot springs facilitate conversation. Even I find myself divulging more than intended. You're correct. Following the dark disaster 500 years ago, a nightmare engulfed Inazuma. On a battlefield consumed in darkness, our soldiers fought against dark forces, creatures capable of possessing people and trapping them in nightmares. Even the Yumeku Ibaku could do nothing to wake them.
As awful as that sounds, doesn't seem bad enough to make you this upset.
Perhaps not. The battle was intense. Those who stood up in defense of this land knew the chance of survival was slim. In the face of certain death, surely a nightmare is nothing to fear. But what if I told you this? If the person trapped in the nightmare was strong enough to overcome incapacitation, it would become a waking nightmare instead. The person would lose all capacity to distinguish dream from reality, perceiving everything in the real world as a continuation of the war, and every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. And every precious thing in life as an enemy to be annihilated. That is a far more painful nightmare, both for the person in question and those around them.
If I hadn't broken out of the nightmare yesterday, would that have happened to me? Then A must be so worried because... Then A must be worried because... Did that happen to someone back then? Oh! The Oni! The Oni she had to kill!
Yes.
And? What happened? I think this is one of those points where we should stop talking.
I unleashed Muso no Hitotachi and struck her down.
I'm sorry.
No need. I have no regrets. I know it was the right decision, both for Inazuma's sake and her own. If necessary, I would do it again.
Hey.
Well, it's about time you two showed yourselves, yes? You've listened in long enough.
I'm assuming it's Yai, Miko, and Mizuki? Oh, it's you two.
Before you say anything, this part wasn't me.
Well, since the cat's out of the bag, how about a hot spring tea party?
This part wasn't me, so what? Did Miko force you into the towel?
Nice and warm. No wonder the hot springs relaxed your inhibitions, eh?
Also, Mizuki has a tail. You can spot that in the image. Yeah, we can normally see it wrapped around her leg. Anyway, I'm going to print screen this picture because this is going to be the thumbnail for this stream when it's posted on YouTube.
So who came up with this idea? I want the truth.
I guess both of us?
Well, I happen to consult a certain clinical...
We don't need to visually see the screen, so I'm gonna make sure it actually saves like it was supposed to.
Doing something new with a trusted companion in a new environment can make someone less guarded. Looks like it worked like a charm.
Hey computer, can you stop being slow as shit? Oh, I have to say something. One sec, game, I'll be right back. I understand that reasoning, but why not do it yourself?
It's one thing to trust that Miko has good intentions, but would you let your guard down around her?
Gods, no. Cool, it did work correctly. Alright. Good point. Sorry that was annoying, guys. Sometimes I question if I do things correctly. Just wanted to make sure that the print screen went through correctly.
Your concern is misplaced. I kept these matters to myself because I was unsure whether this incident is connected to the past, and I did not want to interfere with the investigation.
I just realized something. Would this be better if I did it without the, words in the way? There's a hide option now. That's not the correct button. Okay. Now we print screen. Yeah, it'll probably be a better thumbnail without that, so... Let's do it again so that there's now no longer the words there. And boom, we're... Whoa. Oh no, I fucked it up. Back. Paste. Hey, there we go. There's no words to fuck up the image. But now there's a white void up top. I can cut that out in editing. I put an image of that on Discord for you. Thank you, Pika Twig! That technically means I wasted people's time for nothing, but I still appreciate it. Thank you.
If the investigation reached an impasse, or new clues pointed to the nightmare from back then, naturally, I would have discussed this intel with you.
Intel, huh? It appears you still don't understand why I wanted you to open up in the first place.
Hmm?
What was that?
Sounds like it came from outside. Let's check it out.
What was that clear yells of help? I can't tell. I don't speak English when I'm bathing with hot babes. I know I'm not supposed to look at the numbers, but it looks like I lost somebody by going over the paint.
Oh no!
And you know what?
Someone's
I deserve it.
unconscious.
No! Wake up! Is it a nightmare?
It seems different in some respects. Step back and allow me to examine her.
She's awake?
What's going on? Oh, my sugar.
What happened just now? What frightened you?
Shogun,
Calm down. Tell us what happened.
It's all right. With the Shogun here, nothing can hurt you.
Except the
Just
Shogun
take
herself.
a deep breath and tell us what happened.
I almost fainted again just now.
Is that what happened earlier? You fainted?
Yes. I was on my way to your restaurant. And as I was crossing the bridge, I saw someone staring at me from behind a tree. It was hard to make out their appearance in the dark, but I had a bad feeling. So I tried to get a closer look.
Hey, it's her.
Moonlight. And it was me. In that moment, I thought about how people who see their doppelganger usually end up dead, and I fainted from the shock. I don't remember anything after that.
A doppelganger in Inazuma City. But we only detected traces of the nightmare around Mount Yogo.
I heard that people encountered doppelgangers at Mount Yogo too. Could it be the work of some terrible yokai?
Don't worry about that. The strongest yokai in Inazuma are right here.
Now that we have an understanding of the situation, why don't I take you to the police station to file a report?
Okay.
The situation is getting worse. If the doppelganger is limited to the festival grounds, that's one thing. But appearing on a random street in Inazuma City...
On the bright side, the victim seems okay this time.
Bad news, Shogun!
What's up?
A Tenryo Commission official? What's wrong?
Another victim! At the festival. Kappa is trapped in a nightmare!
What? No, not the kid!
But Sara and the others were keeping watch.
Not well enough.
Make haste. Back to Mount Yogo at once.
Kappa! Kappa! Excuse me. Let me take a look.
Mizuki! Traveler! Finally, you're back!
Where's Toma? Shouldn't he be here? Shogun, the fault is mine. The Tenryo Commission failed to protect those under our charge.
Now is not the time to cast blame. Did anyone witness the attack?
No, we have failed you. There's no... Were you not listening? There's no trace of the enemy.
We split up for just a second, and the next thing we knew, he was on the ground.
Oh, it must be some terrible yokai.
Can I just say that I fucking hate these kids' designs? I hate the fact that they're supposed to be yokai, but they just look like they're wearing masks. I despise it so much. I prefer they actually had an actual yokai design, rather than this nonsense. Other than the Baki Danuki transformation, there's no trace of yokai power at the scene. It's almost like the culprit's methods are getting more sophisticated. The doppelganger in Inazuma City would also appear without warning. Wait, there's a doppelganger in Inazuma City? Yeah, seems like it. Doppelgangers, nightmares, Inazuma City, Mount Yago.
How is he, Mizuki?
It's strange. I can't perceive his nightmare. It's almost like he's not there at all.
The yokai! It must be getting stronger!
Kappa, oh, please don't die.
Shit, is death on the table from a fucking nightmare? Stop that, Sarah! It's my fault. I should have anticipated the culprit might resort to more sophisticated methods.
No, it was I who underestimated the enemy. I who allowed us to continue the festival despite the potential dangers. Sarah, what is the status of the other contestants and staff?
All normal. I asked the Yashiro Commission to move them to a secure location just to be safe.
Good.
So that's why Toma isn't here.
By decree of the Shogun, I declare that the Mikawa Flower Festival is...
Silence!
What is it, Miko?
You're being too hasty, eh? I understand your concern for the people, but I urge you to think this through, or we risk playing into the enemy's hand. Considering your history with nightmares, you have better cause than anyone to exercise caution. But do you truly believe that what we're facing now is just a nightmare?
Explain.
Call it intuition. If you want the truth, perhaps Doshin Shikanoin could shed some light. I believe there's been a break in the case.
You flatter me, Lady Gucci. I do have a few ideas. Up to this point, we've only detected traces of nightmare creature around Mount Yago, and now a doppelganger appears in Inazuma City. Our original thought was that the culprit infiltrated the venue to evade capture. If so, there would be no reason for him to risk exposure by continuing to change form. Rather than concluding that the nightmare creature on top of everything now has the ability to disappear without a trace, I think there's a different possibility. An enemy that has two different abilities and can suddenly appear and disappear without a trace. It seems too random, like a novel from Yai Publishing House that tries to incorporate every element under the sun. The nightmare creature and the doppelgangers are separate entities. That's why their methods are different. They have separate goals. The people who saw doppelgangers were mistaken, and the nightmare I saw wasn't real. No, I can't just explain it away. That's right, the entity appeared at the same time and place. That's why the Attending Commission conflated the two at first. But if we ignore the nightmare creature and look at the doppelganger incident in isolation, the culprit's motive is clear. We thought the culprit was changing form to evade capture, but if the doppelganger isn't responsible for nightmares, there would be no more deserving of arrest than a random prankster. I mean, based off how often Ito gets arrested, I think being a random prankster is a pretty noticeable crime here. The doppelganger didn't actually hurt anyone, but the folktale about the doppelganger did cause people to panic. That must be the culprit's goal. Taking control of Inazuma by replacing everyone with doppelgangers. I doubt even a folktale would come up with something so unrealistic. That's right, because of the folktale about doppelgangers, the culprit was able to incite panic without attacking anyone at all. But after the Tenure Commission secured the venue, the couple appeared in Inazuma City so that the panic would spread. But what is the goal? Panic doesn't seem like enough of a motive. You're right. Panic is a means to an end. But I think the shift in Inazuma City proves something. Whatever their goal, terrorizing one location wasn't enough. And since Inazuma City is their new target, the person they're impersonating at the festival should be absent. Unless the culprit found a way to cover their tracks and incite more panic. What, the Kappa? By leaving behind a stand-in.
Kappa is made of wood?
Substitution jutsu! It was Sayu! I'm kidding.
No wonder I couldn't sense the nightmare.
I see. So the doppelganger infiltrated the festival as Kappa and is currently hiding in Inazuma City. Is that correct?
Not just that. Replacing one person wasn't enough. If multiple people are replaced at once, they can cover for each other. So all the kids are doppelgangers. We didn't get to see each other much during the test of courage.
Kozo and his two friends were together the whole time, too. They would have noticed if someone was acting weird.
The kind of transformation is said to have a particular weakness. If the subject is frightened, the sky starts to crumble. Isn't that right, Yoko and Hitsusume Kaozu?
It's a Bakedaniki tail!
Kikaku! Kikaku! Run!
Tetsunosuke?
They're getting away!
Quick, send Sayu after them.
Aren't you supposed to be in Inazuma City?
And leave you two by yourselves? That's not the Tanuki way!
No fighting! Let's go!
I like his loyalty. That's nice. I mean, yeah, he's technically an enemy, but I respect the loyalty.
Bakedaniki! Those little terrors! Come on, let's go after them! Paimon's had enough of these things! What even are they? More Bakedaniki tricks?
Sayu?
Make my escape.
Nothing's working! The humans are catching up!
Little rascals! Stop running!
You wish!
Transform! Stupid humans won't be able to recognize. You can't see me. You can't see me.
Ouch! Transform!
They're gone again! Oh, what are they this time? Some kind of stone or brick?
Oh!
Huh?
Kichiro, protect us!
Can't touch me!
Save us, Tsukumo!
It unironically saved me time using Sayu. That's enough. I will not fail the Shogun again because of you.
A Tengu! Tengu was flying! Tengu is a cheater!
Surrender now and I'll spare your life. Wait, you can fly? I thought one of your wings was ripped off. How the fuck can you fly?
Tengu, why are you helping the humans? Tengu is a yokai!
My loyalty is to the Shogun. Humans and yokai are no different in my eyes.
Shogun? That's the leader of the humans! Shogun sent people to steal our land! Shogun is bad!
Nonsense! The Shogun would never give such an order. Did you ignore the fact that the Shogun had you take away the people's hopes and dreams? I am not saying that A is the bad guy in this, but I am saying that your blind loyalty is fucking stupid. We have literally seen that A's dumbass will give very stupid orders at any given moment if someone tricks her. Nice to know Sarah's finally recovered from her wing injury. One of her wings got broken because of Alice. Oh, it was just broken. I thought it was ripped off entirely, because she has an animation of bringing out one wing. Unless I'm just misremembering that. It's possible I'm misremembering that. I don't exactly use Sarah all that often. I don't like her gameplay.
Calm yourself, Sarah. Let's hear them out.
Shogun sent humans to steal our home.
And the Mikawa Flower Festival. Shogun is making yokai serve the humans.
Serve the humans? He's not talking about the game development, is he?
Sounds like he is.
Shogun even forced Great Baku Yokai to work all night.
Oh, you mean yesterday? That was my choice, actually.
Jeez, where are these ideas coming from?
I think there are some misunderstandings. Kichiboshi and the others weren't forced to do anything.
Stay back!
Also, what's these red things above their head?
Want to enslave us again?
Now I think about it, those red things above their head weren't above any of the other Tanukis. Are they being mind-controlled or manipulated?
Hold on. Something's not right. We should try a different approach.
No need. I know what's wrong. They're trapped in a nightmare.
What are you doing? Trying to put Tetsunosuke to work?
Kinkaku doesn't want to stay up all night.
Servitude, enslavement? These might sound like ridiculous misunderstandings to us, but that is their reality right now. A world of despair and fear, where enemies lurk at every
fucking threatening Paimon!
Even a single shred of light.
So, they're sleepwalking? How do we wake them up?
Punch them in the mouth.
If we knew how,
that's
we
a
would have
joke.
done
I don't
so
want to
back
hurt
then.
them.
Give us your worst. Kinkaku will never leave the Tanuki path. Kinkaku will die before serving you.
I may have a solution.
Truly?
If the nightmares come from the abyss, there's something I can try.
What are you doing? No, don't!
Bro really went, I'll die before serving you! Wait, no, don't kill us, don't kill us!
Hide forever.
How long have we been hiding? 100 years? 500 years?
No idea. If Yoroi was still around, he would remember.
Shh, quiet! Someone's coming.
This is a fine piece of land. The grain yield should be exceptional.
Remember to check for traces of yokai in the surrounding area. By order of the Shogun.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate all yokai that cross our path.
Why so hasty? We should leave some alive. We can make them work their own land.
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard 50% of the profit is going to the development fund.
Oh yeah, the festival for humans. And
we'll make the yokai do all the work!
The festival for humans, and humans alone. The yokai have had their fun. It's our turn now.
That's right. We should put them to work. They're known for their transformations, right? Then the little monkeys can dance for us until they die!
No! How could they do that?
Quiet, or they'll catch us.
You guys are horrible fucking fighters.
Yoko, Kappa, I need help over here!
That was so telegraphed.
Hold on! We're coming!
And that's when they took the kids out.
The yokai and the humans are unconscious?
The same thing happened to all of them?
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
This yokai can speak.
No, if we don't make it to the Mikawa Flower Festival, Boss Tama will be so upset. Boss Tama will eat us.
Oh, God!
The humans are coming for us. We're gonna lose our home. What do we do?
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival. We scare the humans away and then they won't come.
But how do we get into the festival?
Boss Toma is the best!
How about we turn into those 3 yokai?
These memories. They belong to the Baki Danaki.
Traveler! Traveler!
What's up, Paimon?
Are you alright, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Where are we?
Huh? The nightmare is gone. You purified it.
Just my way of dealing with the abyss.
Humans! And a bunch of yokai! The Mikawa Flower Festival! The humans are gonna... They're gonna... What were they gonna do?
It looks like the Tanuki bunched A in with the humans, so I guess I can assume until further notice that A's original species was in fact human, like I guessed. Looks like they're confused. They still seem wary of humans. This might have something to do with a long time in hiding. Hiding? You described the memories to the group.
Oh, that explains all the Boss Toma this and Boss Toma that. That was the only thing they could imitate. Wait a second. Hitotsume Kozo and the others should be Akitsuyuge experts. But this time, Toma did all the work. Paimon can't believe we missed something so suspicious.
You're like Heizo if his skills were only worked in hindsight.
Oh, you're saying Paimon's deductive reasoning is Hazel level.
No. More or less.
Based on your description, Traveler, it's possible these Bake Danuki have been in hiding for 500 years. Sounds like they know Ioroi, too. Why don't we ask him? It's not far.
The protector of the grove. It's been 500 years since our last meeting. Sarah, Hazo, return to the festival to keep watch. The doppelganger incident has been resolved, but the threat of the nightmare remains. I will handle the meeting with Ioroi myself.
Yes, Shogun.
Oh, keep it down. Bringing all these people at this hour. Don't you know even statues need to sleep? Shogun!
Statues need to sleep?
I bow before thee. No, wait, shoot, I'm still a statue. What should I...
All is well, Ioroi, hidden protector of the grove.
Seriously, why is he still sealed? Can't we unseal him by now? If she's on good terms with him, why is he here? I've never seen an Ioroi so afraid. I mean, God's in front of him.
Ah, that would be because when Ioroi tried to pluck a naku weed from the Imperial Garden, A nearly split him in two, Hiyashiori Island style.
That sounds extremely unnecessary.
You meddlesome kitsune.
Ioroi, I wish to ask you something.
Anything, Shogun. absolutely anything. It is my honor to answer.
Suck up.
You could have at least slowed down a little. It took forever to convince them to come with me.
It's Yoroi! The humans really did kill you!
Your body is stone!
Huh? I am not dead.
Not dead? The Kitsune spoke the truth?
This smell is Yoroi! Yoroi is alive?
Yoroi? The humans really did seal you away!
Wait, this must be Kinkaku. Ginkaku and Tetsunosuke. You weren't sealed away?
When the humans, Kabuto Harunosuke, came to hurt us.
We ran and hid. The humans searched and searched. So many friends couldn't move. Our yokai powers were getting weaker.
So we decided to escape the human just as the great Baketanuki Tsukumo taught us, by digging a hole in the ground!
That's when we uncovered a horn filled with yokai power. It was the will of the great Baketanuki Kiichiro made manifest.
It restored our power, and then we made the human go, ching-chung, yeah, yeah.
I highly doubt that.
Oh, and by Ting Tune, yeah, you mean?
We tricked him and ran.
So, you didn't actually beat him up at all?
We've been using the horn to hide ever since. But there are too many humans. It's getting harder to hide.
A horn full of yokai power. Could that be the source of the nightmares? The reason the Baketanuki are so afraid of humans? If the horn contained the fragment of a nightmare, using its power to hide would spread the nightmare to them. That means the Baketanuki have been trapped inside this state of anxiety for 500 years.
Ha! I could have told you that nothing good would come from that horn. Using external power is against the Tanuki path.
We strayed from the path?
But the horn helped us hide from the humans. The humans tried to take our land.
On the contrary, the purpose of the investigation was to determine in advance if yokai were present on the land in question. Whether we avoid encroaching on yokai territory altogether, or attempt to reach a mutually beneficial agreement, a peaceful resolution was always the goal.
Oh, really?
Wait, that is what the humans said back then, isn't it?
By order of the Shogun, if yokai live here, we need to discuss the proposal.
Ginkaku Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad. Yellow Fur over there helped me a great deal, you know.
Still wondering why we're not unsealing you.
Besides, the Baketanuki were only sealed away back then because Yoroi stole that comb.
Yoroi? It's a thief? Yoroi got what he deserved.
I feel like sealing someone away for eternity is a bit steep of a price for stealing a fucking comb.
How was I to know it was used to make sacred Sakura Daifuku? I gave it back, didn't I?
So the humans were mean for no reason?
Pretty much.
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I conceded the match. Anyway, the point is, neither side is bad.
There he goes again, changing the subject when it makes him look bad.
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
Yet.
So, it was all a nightmare.
500 years in hiding? For nothing.
It was a 500-year-long game of hide and seek. What's so bad about that? Besides, you won.
Huh? We won? Go us! We're even better than Roy.
Hey, my game of hide and seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bake Daniki is something else. Still so cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare and prevented them from causing any real harm. But a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to? A horn buried under Mount Yogo.
I feel like I've heard a legend about that.
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to be seen again. A trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness, she was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world, with the body of a tiger and the tail of a serpent, until she tore the creature apart from within. Thus she earned the name Chio the Tigerbite, or Tora Chio.
I don't think Chio would like that name. Though she escaped the belly of the beast alive, that battle never left her. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality.
A nightmare doesn't incapacitate someone with sufficient strength. It turns into something even worse.
The nightmare twisted every joy in her life, her subordinates, family, and friends, into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount Yogo. With the Muso no Hitotachi, I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
Portion of the mountain? Woman, do you have no fucking self-control?
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Bake Danuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from Chio's nightmare.
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. If what the traveler saw is true, it's possible Kinkaku and the others' fear over the past 500 years allowed the fragment to gain physical form and become something akin to a Jibakure.
Jibakure?
An earthbound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them. That's why the traces of this entity appeared intermittently and never outside of Mount Yogo.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the one back then. It hates all joy and every good thing in this world. The investigation team working for a better future? Attacked. Hitotsume Kozo and his friends, kind enough to lend a helping hand? Attacked.
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the playtesting.
So why hasn't it appeared since?
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you. But sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemies. When Chio set her sights on a target, she was never one to waver.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. Nightmare fragments can be defeated, and an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way?
Mikoshi Chio is gone. A fragment of a nightmare tied to a severed horn. That is all that remains. The living must take precedent over the memory of the dead.
Even so, having to unleash the Muso Hishin against her again? Would A really be okay? If Mizuki said Archon suffered the same turmoil as the rest of us, the dead may be gone, That doesn't mean our emotions die with them.
Oh, who cares about the dead anyway? I'm just trying to look out for the living.
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Bake Tanuki friends.
Huh? What does that have to do with us?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Bake Tanuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary... oh, no. A 500-year-long lapse in judgment.
Miko, you speak the truth.
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
So we're lying so that she's not the fighter friend.
Oh!
Yeah, we'll lie.
Yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that happen before.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effects.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. I think Mizuki has the right idea. If we cannot eradicate the nightmares directly, why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
What, use the games?
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happen to be right in front of us.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them anywhere!
You dumbass.
Maybe they're hiding us trees? Or the wind?
Fools! The kitsune is clearly referring to the Bake Tanuki. Tetsunosuke, Kinkaku, must you be so dense?
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment, they are perfectly positioned to create a dreamscape that the entity will be unable to distinguish from the real world.
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses. If we want to give the Bake Tanuki an opportunity to strike, I assume you have a plan, Miko?
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. All that remains is a fragment of her nightmare, already broken and vulnerable. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated. She has traveled the land studying dreams and is far more capable than those old fossils back then.
Oh.
Not gonna say anything?
She just usually doesn't compliment me to my face. But Miko's right. If we work together, I'm confident we can put together a ritual to subdue the nightmare fragment.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Luckily for us, we have two formidable warriors on our side. Our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces, and the almighty Shogun, unmatched in combat. I'm sure the two of you can buy us some time.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines, its movements are unpredictable. If we're going to create a barrier, how can we be sure it appears where we want?
The solution to that is obvious. If the nightmare fragment despises all sources of joy and happiness, then naturally a joyous occasion would be an evil beyond measure. An enemy that must be annihilated at all costs.
So, if we want to lure it out...
We need a source of joy, and the obvious target would be...
The Mikawa Flower Festival!
What joy could possibly compare to finishing one's work right before the deadline?
I would imagine we can all think of a few. But I agree. The Mikawa Flower Festival is the most plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plane of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people in danger. Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
Of course.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual. I'll need your help, Mizuki. It's going to be a busy night.
Looks like an all-nighter for me.
Well, this was your idea. Oh, and don't forget, you need to finish a little fox's daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
I love you, Mizuki. Anybody who hates Yai Miko as much as me is a friend of mine.
Well, Ioroi, as I see it, you've been punished long enough. It's about time you were released.
Released? I can do that myself anytime I want. This statue keeps me warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Don't interfere.
Is your ego really that fucking big?
Yoroi is the best!
Besides, the seal's power is almost gone. What I really want is for you to help me give that sneaky kitsune a piece of my mind.
Ioroi, she's already...
Not so fast. I won't be fooled by your tricks again. Whatever you were about to say, she can tell me herself, instead of sending some young kitsune to hoodwink me.
So the kitsune that he's angry at is dead.
Great yokai really wasn't forced to work all night?
That's right. It was my choice.
Why does great yokai have to work?
I suppose it's just the price of becoming a great yokai.
Great yokai? Gingaku is sad for you.
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me.
But...
I know. I understand your concerns, just as you know mine. We need not say any more than that. Just get some rest and prepare yourself for the battle to come.
You get some rest too.
One more thing. Thank you.
For? I forgot to read the title off and say the end. No! Wait, no, I don't want to... I don't want to complete them with this team. I want to complete them with... this team. Remember, dailies give friendship points, so use the weak characters that you aren't using, or the characters that you're grinding friendship for, when claiming your dailies. You don't want those friendship points going to waste. See? Companionship EXP. I'm now a level 8 friend of more of Mikawa.
Add Astra...
Yeah, add Astra applesauce.
Thank you for complete... Add Astra...
Alright, do I have enough for a 10 pull? No, I don't. Yes, I do. Alright, 110 pull to end off the stream. Let's see if we can finally get Yumi Mizuki. We get a Sayu, who I already have maxed out. Basically, anything that isn't a gold is a waste. Alrighty then. And with that, we are done with today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream much as I enjoyed making for you all. If you enjoyed and want to see more of my content, you can find me at youtube.com/KingD353. Again, that's youtube.com/KingD353. When I'm not re-uploading streams, I'm uploading episodes of Persona 5 Royal, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Oh, and the occasional Pokemon match as well, because I'm in the middle of a random battles league as well. Also, if you feel I deserve it, you can donate to me at buymeacoffee.com/KingD353. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com/KingD353. When I'm not re-uploading, not the fuck, for as low as $1 a month, you can help support the channel and me eat food. After all, food is very important. And finally, if you want to be able to spend some time with me, you can join my personal Discord. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find the link in the description down below. If you're watching on the Twitch stream, you'll see the link posted right now. Once you're in the Discord, we'll be able to chat, play video games, share memes, and have ourselves a grand old time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all you beautiful people later. Deuces, Kingdom. Huh. Looks like the buy me a coffee link doesn't work on my phone. Let's try it without the HTTP shit. There we go. Now that link's working on my phone. Alright, anyway, while you guys deal with any links you might want to do, I'm going to see who I can raid. Always gotta spread the fortune I got at the end of the day, so let's see. This place takes priority because my group is dead. Someone started streaming at 1:54, so yeah, this is still an active stream. Oh, I just realized my stream never actually hit 2 hours. It doesn't matter that much. Let's go ahead and raid these fuckers. Looks like they're having a little collab. That's cute. And they're playing Call of Duty. Why does everyone play Call of Duty? Alright, if you want to join the raid, join up and we'll get over there in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, charge, and have a nice night, y'all.